we are live.
All right. Good morning. Gonna let everything load up really quick for everybody. It's gonna take a second with the ads and stuff like that. Got to pay the bills, as Sauce always says. So we'll give everybody a second to get in here, and then we will start this party off. The Braves game has already started, so we'll move on past that next one.
Okay.
So lean the Braves in the over, but kind of priced out of it at the moment. So anyway, first game up this morning for us is going to be them Giants and them pesky Tigers. Look, are the Tigers a good baseball team? No. But at the same time, the San Francisco Giants aren't a great baseball team either. So the first response I usually get to that, well, hey, Logan Webb is pitching. Yeah, Logan Webb is pitching. You're right. He didn't look good against Arizona. Pittsburgh and Oakland, he looked decent against. But the Dodgers, twice, Arizona, Milwaukee, I mean, he's just not to the point where he's absolutely dominating at all. And then if you just take a look at what Matt Manning has done, he's been phenomenal for the Tigers, and even better at home. And that's part of the reason has me looking at the Tigers here today. And then I go over and I just take a look at the price. I just want to see what everybody has this idea. And not only is the Tigers plus money at home today, but at the same time, like, a lot of money's on the Giants, and I don't understand it. So there's no way in hell I'm laying minus 165 with the Giants in any way, shape, or form. I'm all over the Tigers again here today. Tigers plus 1.5 minus 125 for 0.75 units. Tigers on the money line at plus 130 for a half a unit as well. Look, not only do I love playing the Tigers at home, I love playing the Tigers at home during the day. I also really like the fact that the Tigers are kind of playing with house money right now. So you got to love that. Look, it's just one of those things where this is more of a play on the price than it is on the two teams. Also, I don't really put this a lot into the handicap, but I will say San Francisco, one of the older teams in the league, not one of the teams I like to play during the day. It's a little bit older for those older guys to get up. So that'll be it for that game. Yes, that is my wife in the background. Everybody tell her hi.
Do you want a half unit or 0.75 on the plus 1.5?
On that, please.
All right, and then just turn the knob on your mic a little down, because it is acting weird again. So yeah, I'll try and monitor that and make it better. When we were in pre, I didn't hear any issue. Oh, all right, there we go. He sounds beautiful again. So we got those bets in, and we're on to the next game, Chiefs.
Yes, sir. Rockies, Rangers. What's good? Rockies came through for us last night with seventh inning heroic 3-run shot oppo by CJ Cron. And guess what, guys? I'm right back on the Rockies here today. Same two bets as I did in the Tigers game. Colorado plus 1.5 minus 135 for 0.75 units. Colorado on the money line at plus 110 for a half a unit. First and foremost, Jose Urena hasn't been as bad as people make him out to be. I mean, again, this is all in context, but at the same, again, you look at the last start he had against the Giants, 6 2/3, only gave up 3 runs. Against Arizona, he gave up 4. 3 the previous one before that. 4 innings, 2-run ball against the Padres. The Dodgers got to him. But again, my point is that Urena hasn't been that bad. The Rockies obviously play much better at home. They scored 6 runs last night. They scored 8 runs the night before that. They're 3-4 their last 4 games. And then if you take a look at Martin Perez, has he been really good for the Rangers for the year on the most part? Yeah. But he hasn't looked great his last couple of times out. He did look pretty good against Seattle, but I don't think they had Julio and whatnot, so I don't give them a whole bunch of credence to that. Texas does seem to be a little bit better on the road, but at the same time, I just can't get behind them. I can't lay a price with them right now. Rockies are playing too well at home right now. And I really just don't trust the Texas bullpen. Not that the Rockies have a good bullpen, but at home, I trust them a little bit more. They just seem to play a little bit better. So I'm taking the plus money with the Rockies here today.
Yeah, I'm all over the Rockies too. I played personally Martin Perez under 4.5 Ks. I think he's gonna get lit up. A lot of the lines, if you look at it, are a bit suspect for props. Like his over under for outs is 17.5. He's gone over that in essentially every single game, but it's juiced to the under. Kind of shows some confidence that he gets lit up a bit here in that first 5.
I love it. All right, next game up, Miami and the Oakland Athletics. I'm sure everybody's going to be rushing to the TV to watch this one. I will say, I'm going to check really quickly. I do want to check the lineup. Whoever said it in the comments, yeah, you're right. Mike Smith, Diaz and Blackman are out of the lineup. But honestly, it doesn't really matter to me. Grichuk has been playing really well. Crone's been playing really well. Again, McMahon at home. Again, it's just the Rockies at home. I'm not really worried about that. Anyway, Miami and Oakland. Two guys that I think are a little undervalued that obviously play for crappy teams. But let's just take a look at Cole Irvin at first. Obviously, his last 2 starts, if you follow these guys, he hasn't been really good. He's got lit up by Houston, got lit up by Seattle. 2 rivals, division rivals. They've seen him a lot. It's going to happen. But before that, he had been really good. 2 games against the Angels, another game against Houston, 3 games against Houston, in Texas, where he's been really good. His OPS, teams are hitting like a combined 585 at home on OPS against Cole Irvin. So he's been essentially really lights out. And we all know how much the Miami Marlins struggle against left-handed pitchers as well. And then if you take a look at Jesus Luzardo, much like Cabrera and Pablo Lopez, he's been pitching really well for him too. He just went 6 1/3 against the Dodgers and gave up 1 run, gave up 4 runs in 5 innings against Atlanta. He went 7 shutty against the Chicago White Sox, 5 innings, 2 runs against the Reds. They're both dealing right now. So I think it's just really a simple play, but I'm playing the unders. Under 3.5 in the first 5 at -115 for a half a unit, and then -7 at -120 for another half a unit for the full game. I don't see a lot of runs. Both of these teams continue to struggle to score. Actually, last night we ended up seeing some runs out of these teams, which makes me even think that there's probably going to be less runs today. I just don't trust these offenses, and I do like both of these pitchers. So as far as a side, I would maybe lean Oakland, but again, I just couldn't get there. I think that the under is a much safer play. I think this has like 3-2, 4-2 written all over it, and I don't know who's going to win, but Guardians at the Friars. The Friars kind of ruined my night last night. VIP was up, I don't know, probably like a half unit or so, up maybe closer to a unit, but we had a unit on the Padres and they lost last night, and that kind of killed it. But guess what? I ain't doing it again today. I can assure you that. Look, has Blake Snell been really good? Yeah. He's been really good for them. He didn't look as great his last start against Washington, and his other starts before that, they all have one thing in common. Do you know what that thing is? It's during the day. His ERA balloons up to almost 5 during the day, which I don't put a lot of credence in ERA, but it gives you an idea of how much worse he pitches during the day. And then if you take a look at Cal Quantrill, coming off of a bad start against Detroit where he went 6 innings, gave up 4 runs. But prior to that, 7 innings, no runs against Toronto, 6 innings, no run against the bad guys, 5 1/3, 5 runs against Boston. Not that great, but that's in Boston. It's going to happen. 6 innings against the White Sox, 2 runs, 6 innings against the Tigers, 0 runs. Look, I'm on Cleveland here today, guys. I think the values with Cleveland. I think that the Padres are struggling to score. We don't know if Soto's going to score. I'm going to take him on the money line for just a half a unit. Nothing crazy or anything like that, but I'm definitely not laying -167s with this Padres team that's continues to struggle to score. Throw in the fact that we don't know if Soto's going to play, and if he's not playing, it's even more. So I'm all over the Cleveland Guardians here again today.
Row, 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 row. The dogs. They're here, baby.
All right. Mariners and the Nationals. And this one, I mean, I really don't want to get into it that much just because the Mariners are such huge favorites. I mean, is there maybe, I guess, a little bit of value with the Nationals at such big plus money? I mean, yeah, I guess maybe, but I just don't see the Mariners losing this game. George Kirby's been really good for them. I just have a really hard time seeing the Mariners lose this game. Do I really want to pay the minus 315 price or lay the 1.5 at minus whatever it is, probably 140? Yeah, minus 140. No. Only reason because, again, Washington hasn't been winning games or whatnot, but they got guys like Joey Meneses and Ruiz that just seem to be getting hits and whatnot. I just don't want to deal with it. So what I did was I paired the Cardinals and the Mariners on the money line. It brings it back plus 101. So Mariners, Cardinals money line parlay at plus 101 for 0.75 units. Talk more about the Cardinals when I get there. But again, with the Nationals, I just don't see the Mariners losing at home. So a little priced out to play anything else, but that's, I think, the best way I'd play it. So next game up. I thought it was the other game. Reds and the Phillies. I don't really like this game. I'm just going to play a half a unit play on the over 9 at minus 120. Another great Another great day of weather in Philadelphia. Our friends over at Ballpark Pal loves the weather again today. It didn't really end up working out yesterday, or maybe it was the day before that, but there was rain and whatnot. But both of these pitchers, I really don't even know much about. TJ Zook, I know that he's been in the bullpen a lot of the year and whatnot, so he's not really a guy that I can trust. But at the same time, Christopher Sanchez has faced Washington already twice this year, so I don't really know in his couple of games that he's played. I just don't know enough about these pitchers. I do think that both of these lineups have a little bit of pop in them with the good weather. So again, I don't really love this game, but I do think that we might be able to see some runs in here. So I'm just going to play a half unit on the over. This won't be on the VIP ticket or anything like that. It's probably going to be a pass for most of the time. Next game up. Yo, they're giving us the Orioles at plus money again. Like, I'm sorry, but it's just that easy for me. Orioles money line plus 100, plus 105, whatever it is for 0.75 units. Spencer Watkins is officially on Team Toast. He's one of my guys now. I absolutely love him. Coming off of 2 starts where he's taken losses, but he pitched 5 2/3 against the Cubs and gave up a run. I mean, it's not like he pitched bad. He pitched 5 1/3 against Pittsburgh, did give up 4 runs. Not the best, but prior to that, against the Cubs, the Cubs, the Rangers, Minnesota, all fantastic. He's also faced the White Sox earlier in the year this year. He went 5 innings, didn't give up a run, only walked 1 guy, struck out 4. The Orioles at home, man, at plus money. I mean, like, what are we doing? Another win last night. Cash for us, hit the same game parlay, hit the Orioles on the money line. And then not to mention the fact that we get a fade Gio. I mean, are we freaking kidding right here? Are we kidding me right now? Another time, again, it was Houston, so I'm not going to dink him a ton for that. But again, 3 innings, you give up 7 runs. Before that, against Detroit, who we know they struggle, got to win. 8 hits, 4 runs. I mean, the last time he had a good start was at Texas, which is a team that doesn't typically play well at home anyway. So Gio's just not a guy that I can trust. And then again, the bullpens. Baltimore, one of the best bullpens since the All-Star break. Again, Chicago, one of the worst bullpens since the All-Star break. So this was actually, I mean, as soon as I saw Baltimore at plus money, that was a play for me. Like, I really didn't even have to go into it more. I did just because that's what my job is and I enjoy doing it. But again, even if you look into it, it's everything towards Baltimore right here. So that's the way I got to play it. Baltimore at plus money until they stop giving it to me. It's how I'm going to keep on riding it. All right, Blue Jays and Red Sox. And raise your hand if you're an idiot and played the Red Sox yesterday. Oh, just me? All right. So I apologize if you guys tailed. I know some of you guys didn't because you thought I was crazy. So touche to you, because I'm obviously definitely not right all the time. But I did like the spot for them yesterday, but I don't like it here today. Not at all, not in any way. Brian Bello is a guy that we've targeted many times, and we've had a lot of success targeting him. So I am going to steal a page out of the Beavers playbook because he put it in my ear earlier this morning, and I love it, and I can't get away from it now. He's already typing it. Toronto, first 5, team total over 2.5, minus 115 for 0.75 units. And then I'm also going to play the over 9.5 in the game at minus 105 for a half a unit as well. I think that we see runs. Berrios has been pitching better, and he might pitch kind of decently today. But and as much as I know that the Toronto bullpen has great numbers, I think they're like top 5. I know they're top 5 since the All-Star break. I'm still not there with this team yet. Obviously we know out from betting on them and home and stuff like that, but like I've said in the past, and I kind of should have taken this more into consideration yesterday, them being away from home probably helped. But either way, I think that we see runs here tonight. I think Berrios, again, has very good success against Boston, but I still think that we see some runs here tonight. Sooner or later, I think Boston at home is going to score runs. And J. Rube, you're right. I never bought Boston either. So I know a lot of people that don't bet Boston either. I feel it. But I also know a lot of people that respect them. And I know a couple people that are on them today at a big plus price. So, again, I'm not playing Boston. If I play the Jays, I'd play them minus 1.5 just to get that juice down a little bit, because if they are rolling, they're going to roll. And again, they do have the bigger bullpen advantage, but I don't know, maybe call it gun shy with the Jays. I don't know, but I do think that they score some early runs today.
Another thing to add to that Toronto team total over in the first 5 is I've bet many a first 5 team total overs for Toronto. When they're hot, they are hot. Like, you just keep riding the streak. And when they're cold, they're cold. They're one of the streakiest teams in the league. Last 4 righties they faced, Cole, Tyone, Winkowski, Montas, they have demolished in the first 5. Brian Bello, they already faced. It was actually his last start, and he allowed 9 hits and 5 earned runs through just 4 innings. He's coming off an injury. Definitely do not like the spot for Mr. Bello here today in any way, shape, or form.
Yep. All right, Rays and Angels. Took a stab with the Angels a couple days ago. Maybe it was yesterday. I think it was yesterday. Yeah, it was yesterday. Didn't work out. Sometimes you just have to take shots. I really liked the spot yesterday for them. I thought that with the rested Ohtani and all that stuff, they had a chance. Do not feel the same today. I actually was fading McClanahan a couple of times. I actually followed Sauce. Sauce was the one that kind of first pointed that out. Back-to-back losses against Detroit and Cleveland. Came back and pitched decently over Baltimore and Kansas City. I think that he shoves today. I think that we see a vintage Shane McClanahan performance. He's already faced this Angels team earlier in this year, went 7 shutout innings, 11 strikeouts, only 1 walk. The Rays run line is minus 120, but him to record a win, McClanahan to record a win is minus 110. So that's what I'm going to do. McClanahan to record a win at minus 110 for 0.75 units. I think he goes out there and pitches 6 or 7 solid innings. Again, this Angels team is just really bad with a starter on the mound that the Rays should get to at home. If you wanted to pair the Rays, I think I'm going to end up pairing the Rays with somebody else a little bit later. But if you wanted to pair the Rays in a money line parlay, you could do that as well. I don't hate the 1.5. It's a home team. I think that if we're getting a guy like McClanahan, who is essentially Cy Young caliber, that's been in a get right spot, if you call it, especially at home, I'm going to take that all day long. So, Beaver, did you have something with the K props with McClanahan or no? I couldn't remember.
Yeah. So I will be adding Shane McClanahan over 6.5 Ks. Toast was hitting it right on the head. I think we're gonna see some very vintage McClanahan today. He's at home. He's facing an Angels team, which he struck out 11 times the last time he saw them. And the Angels on the road against lefties are just simply really piss poor. Looking at some of the game logs of lefties against the Angels recently, yeah, some of them have been missing this mark in terms of Ks, but the problem is that they were facing guys like Tucker Davidson and like JP Sears and Tommy Henry. These aren't K guys. Once you see McClanahan get up in there, it's going to be scary. Last thing I just want to say is so I'm going with over 6.5 Ks there. On BetMGM, by far the best, -140. And then somebody asked what my top pick is today. It's a mix between either that or Martin Perez under 4.5 Ks. Martin Perez under Ks is so sharp, it hurts to say it, but it is absolutely beautiful. I love that play. Back to the Toasty show. We got another game up on here.
Absolutely. Just really quickly, though, because I actually wanted to get on McClanahan as well. You guys, you can also do Beaver. You don't have to type this, but you can go McClanahan 7+ strikeouts and the Rays to win. That comes back at +110. So, like I said, if you like Taylor Beaver's plays and whatnot, it's probably worth a little same game parlay because that makes it plus money. Because if he hits 7 strikeouts or whatever, the chances of him getting a win are very high, and then the chances of the Rays winning as well are very high as well. So, anywho.
Could not agree more, baby. Sugar Shane, baby. Sugar Shane.
Sugar Shane. I don't really like that nickname, though. I'm not going to lie. It's not my favorite.
Yeah, but whatever.
Maybe that's just a personal thing.
We'll live with it.
So, Cardinals up next. So they lost the first game. I wish I would have posted. I actually got kind of mad. I didn't play the first game. I played them to win the first game with a hit, but I didn't really love it. It was an SGP. But then the second game, I knew that they were going to smash. I thought I posted team total over 2.5 at plus money, and then the money line at -130. I went to go celebrate and realized the thing was still in my draft. So, again, the reason I'm saying that is the Cardinals lost one game in this series. I don't think it's gonna happen again. I will say though that this will be the fourth time the Cubs have seen Michaelis, which does concern me a little bit because the last time they saw him, he went 5 innings and gave up 4 runs in Chicago. But he's pitched really good his last two starts, 8 innings both times. That's what kind of scares me with this. But I do think the Cardinals win, but I'm going to play their team totals instead. Cardinals first 5 team total over 2.5 at -110. And I'm going to do that for a half a unit. And then I'm also going to do Cardinals team total over 5.5 at +110 for a half a unit. I just want to target the fact that they're going to face a kid in Luke Farrell who is a righty but hasn't pitched in this league in a while. The only reason he's even pitching right now is because the Cubs don't want to use all their regular guys and stuff. So, again, do I really want to lay that juice with the Cardinals just because of Michaelis' history, because of Michaelis' history in Wrigley? Not really, but I do think the Cardinals bats keep going today. So I think the safest way to play that is those team totals. And like I said, if you wanted to pair the Cardinals with somebody else like I did earlier, that's fine too. I just don't really want to be laying -1.5 at a big price with a guy like Michaelis who doesn't have the best history.
Yo, it's Framber Wednesday, dog.
Man, it's Framber every day, dog. Framber has just been on an absolute tear. I think it's like 14 or 15 straight quality starts. I mean, that's just what Framber Valdez does. I've been shouting this from the rooftops for 2 years now. Even after a year of shouting his name last year in the World Series, people would still say, "Who is this Framber guy? How did you know him?" Yo, the dude is just an animal. Like I've said before, not a fan of the extensions, but we can work on that. That's a Dominican thing. I'm going to give him a pass on the extensions. But let's get back to this game. He's going to be taking on Dylan Bundy and the Twins. And the Twins were another game where I really thought that I was on the sharp side. Like kind of like Perez under Ks for Beaver today is what I thought I had with the Twins yesterday. +1.5 at +125. We did hit the first 5 under, but goddamn, Twins had bases loaded in the top of the 9th. They had a couple bad base running situations throughout the game. Oh, that really hurt to lose that one. But today is a new day, and today we can bet the Astros and have no problem with it. Astros -1.5 at -105, 0.75 units. No Buxton in the lineup. That's not news to anybody. He's on the IL if you follow baseball. But the Twins just really are not hitting the ball. Let's just take a look at their last 5 games. 2-1-0-3-2 runs scored. They're just not scoring right now. Framber doesn't have the best history. I mean, but at the same time, that was last year. And he gave up 4 runs here in Houston. But when he faced them on the road, he only gave up 1 run in 7 innings. Again, Frambar's on another right now against the White Sox, Texas, Cleveland, Seattle twice. I mean, all decent teams too. So it's not like he's playing a cupcake schedule. Astros need to continue to win games like this. They're in the juice box. Again, the Twins on the road are just not a play for me, especially current form right now. Their bullpen, I just can't get behind either. So Astros at home, always got to be a play with me.
I love it. Now we got the pitcher's duel of the century, Zach Gallen versus Brady Singer.
We do have a pitch duel of the century, and you guys, Beaver's not kidding when we say that, because both of these guys are really dealing right now. I mean, if you take a look at what Zach Gallen has been doing, let's just take a look really quickly. When's the last time that Zach Gallen gave up a run? Anybody? That would be the Cleveland Guardians, 8-2. His last 3 starts, 7 1/3 against the Giants, 12 strikeouts, no runs. 7 innings against the Rockies at Colorado, 7 innings, 0 runs. Against Pittsburgh, 7 innings, 0 runs. You guys starting to see a pattern here? This dude is just on a freaking roll right now. But hold up, wait a minute, stop the presses, because Brady Singer's doing the exact same thing. He's not putting up zeros. But 6 innings against the Rays, 2 runs. 6 innings against the Angels, 0 runs. 7 1/3 against the White Sox, 1 run. They got him for 4 runs before that, but 6 innings against the Rays, 1 run. 6 innings against the Tigers, 1 run. You're starting to see a pattern here, guys. I will say, though, the issue with Singer for me is his walks. His last 2 starts looked good, but 4 walks and 3 walks, so 7 walks in his last 12 innings. Not good when you're taking a look at future performances. Look, I think the best way to play this is the under 3.5 in the first 5. So first 5 under 3.5 at -115 for a half a unit. And then I'm also going to play in that same one Arizona first 5 -0.5 at -115 or at +115, excuse me, for a half a unit. I really think that Arizona is able to get a run or 2 off a Singer just because of the walks. I don't think KC is going to score at all. I truly don't believe that. I think that Zach Gallen blanks these guys. I think that Beaver might have a little bit more. What was the stat you were talking about with lefties, Beaver?
Oh, dude, not Framber Valdez, my bad. I'm tripping right now. Zach Gallen is excellent against lefties, like excellent. And now he's facing a KC lineup that's essentially 6 or 7 of them going to be on the field at the same time. And honestly, Zach Gallen was a guy that I thought of as a little bit of a worse pitcher on the road, but his last 2 road outings, buddy, didn't let up a run. He's been absolutely phenomenal. I'm a Zach Gallen guy. And usually, as long as he doesn't walk guys, like, he only does self-inflicted damage, I feel. He has low hard hit percentage. Everything metrically is there for Zach Gallen. It's really his own mistakes that put him behind. I don't think KC is going to put him in position to make those mistakes today. So, yeah, I really like this first 5 under with you. And I like Diamondbacks to win that first 5 and get the Singer a little bit.
Love it.
Last game.
Next game.
Last game.
Yo, how do you feel about the Dodgers -1.5? Anybody? Because you already know that's what I'm playing. Dodgers -1.5 for -120 for a full unit. Heaney's been great. The Dodgers are rolling. I really don't need to go into it. I just kind of want to celebrate last night and how easy that money was. I just wish that I would have put a full unit on the run line. It was plus. I will give the books credit because they made that run line so juicy that it kind of scared me a little bit. Like, why are they giving me plus 145? So, but yeah, It's the Dodgers, guys. It's really that simple. I'm going to continue to play them until they lose 2 in a row. So let me know. When they lose 2 in a row, and I'll maybe start fading them. But until then, not a chance. I'm just seeing online that Javi Baez is scratched from the Detroit lineup.
Good.
Don't give a damn.
Actually,
Saw said, "Yo, Toasty Stams, this is some huge news right here. MVP caliber talent not in the lineup for the Tigers."
It's tough. It's tough when you get
It is tough.
a guy with such a good eye like that out of the lineup. You know, it sucks.
It is. I'm gonna keep the hit parlay to the VIPs and whatnot, but I will go over a couple guys that have decent pitching matchups today for you guys, just so you have an idea, because I know a lot of people actually like me doing that. So here's a few guys to take a look at as soon as it loads. Here we go. Nick Castellanos has decent numbers against that Zuck kid, but he's horrible. MJ Melendez off of Zach Gallen. Again, I'm on the other side. I don't really trust that one. Blackman's out of the lineup. Alex Verdugo has decent numbers against Barrios, CJ Crone. A lot of those guys, Reese Hoskins, a lot of those guys, though, have really bad pitching matchups. I think the guys that you want to focus on are guys like Vladimir Guerrero, guys like Harold Ramirez, Joey Meneses. I know he plays for the Nats, and I know that we're on Seattle, but Meneses is a guy that's just absolutely smashing the ball. Cedric Mullins, Alec Boehm, those type of guys all really hit. Wow, Beaver put them all on the board. Thanks, Beaver. That was really nice of you.
I'm a good guy.
Any of those guys, really hot hitters. But if you're a VIP member, don't worry about all that. I have a few of them that I really like. I have a couple of total base props that will be coming out on the VIP sheet in the next half hour or so. So that's the show for today. Let me take a look at what's on tap for tomorrow. Looks like probably the same time. So Beaver, if you're good with 11 a.m.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah, it looks like we're probably going to do that. Yeah, so 11 a.m. tomorrow, guys. Same time, same place. Just really quickly, wife had a doctor's appointment today. I'm going to have this baby. Well, she's going to have this baby in the next week, probably Sunday or Monday. So there'll be no show that day for probably 2 days, and then I'll get right back on it. I'll still have the VIP sheet and all that good stuff. I'll type this all out so you guys have it as well, but I just wanted to give you guys a quick heads up just so you guys knew it was coming. So I don't know when he's coming, but he will be there. But I will make sure to still handicap the games and stuff. I have family here to help me. They know how important my job is. So anyway, I appreciate your time. I'm always available on DM or on Discord, and I will see you guys tomorrow.
Peace. All right, let me disconnect these.